Okay, burnout. I want to touch base with this. I want to connect with you all of the things that we are trying not to fall into. This is the trap that we are trying to avoid, because when we are in this state, what I'm about to go through, we are non-productive. We are non-focused. We are frustrated. We are not elite operators. We are not functioning in our business as we should. Other areas of our life are taking a hit. So I want to talk about these symptoms because I want you to recognize them, because it's important that when you recognize them, you can then take action on them rather than just grinding your knuckles on the floor and dragging yourself through this and thinking, I'll break through, because it could be really serious in terms of your health, mentally, emotionally, physically. The repercussions could be struggling relationships, struggling health. We have to put this into concept and make this a priority not to fall into these symptoms. So the first one is feel like you have brain fog. So you just cannot think clearly. You're not making decisions rationally or logically because you just have this great big fog that's on your brain here. It feels like someone's put a weighted helmet on top of your head and you're just trying to carry that around and you can't think straight. Energy sapped. I remember when I struggled most with my burnout, I literally could not get myself out of bed. I was emotionally drained, mentally destroyed, and that provoked a physical reaction of just not being able to get up and move around. I'd neglected my eating, I'd neglected my drinking of water, my basic living, because I just got into this overwhelm of trying to achieve everything as quickly as I possibly could, and I was burnt out. Everything feels like hard work. So the smallest micro jobs, like writing a piece of content, like emailing someone, like talking to someone, all of these super micro jobs suddenly become very difficult. And if we feel about the micro jobs, then coming to the priorities feels like climbing Everest. It can be really difficult. It can be mind-numbing. Emotionally short. So whenever someone's challenging you, whenever someone asks you a question, when someone doesn't understand you, when something happens at home, we become very snappy emotionally. And that's because we're at the very end of our tether inside of our brain. We are literally pushed to the limits, and it is driving us crazy. Sense of losing control. So over this period of time, whilst all of these things is happening, we're losing our grip on reality. We're losing our grip on the things that we have focus on. Okay, and that then tends to lead to real constant feeling of frustration, constant feeling of stress, constant feeling of uncertainty. And that just makes us want to work harder to find that certainty, to not be frustrated, and it's kind of counterproductive. All right, so sense of losing that control, if we feel like we're losing it, we're slipping into burnout. Last one here is put lowing mood. Definitely feeling pretty low about maybe things that you're trying to achieve, the direction that you're trying to go in, maybe things are not working out the way you want them to. And because you're in that tired state, because you've just consistently been burning out, you're just naturally in that low mood. And I want you to think about this scenario. If you if you sprinted 100 meters, but I asked you to do that pace for 5 miles, that is in theory how you would burn yourself out. People are running a 100-meter pace for 5 miles. And that is what is absolutely destroying your mental and emotional and physical energy levels. And I want you to really recognize these and write them down, because as soon as you start feeling them, that's when it's time to stop and take a step back. All right, guys, I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next video.